Hey guys, gals. Alright, so today's contingency contract, it's a bit rough. Multifaceted defense contract. So, medics, defenders, and supporters are all tripled in cost, so not great. These are the 8 I'm going to be going in with. The team we're going in with is Myrtle, Scavenger, Texas Skill 2, Spectre, Armia, as always, Skill 1 or Skill 2, whatever your preference. I prefer Skill 2, but it's up to you guys. Haze, Skill 2. Perfumer, Skill 1. Hibiscus or Ansel, again, this is another one of those whatever you prefer situations. Some of you do prefer Ansel, so whatever you prefer. Cruise, 5-star Cruise. If you don't have 5-star Cruise, for whatever reason, Blue Poison works fantastic for this. Vermeil does not work so great, either does Jessica. It makes it a little hard. I have done it with Vermeil, but it's not great. Acid Drop does kind of work. But yeah, it's you need a fairly significant heavy hitter on that side. Blue Poison with her poison talent does actually do quite well, but most of us have 5-star Cruise by now, so I'll use 5-star Cruise. Fartooth is going to be a 6-star. Borrow one if you need to. We're up to Skill 3. An AoE guard, again, Estelle, whoever you prefer. Just as a point of note to you guys though, Savage won't actually get a buff there, so don't use Savage. You'll only be hurting yourself. But you will want an AoE guard for that 3 block, so obviously Popcar won't be any good. Last but not least, Beanstalk. She's going to be adding a little bit of extra damage as well as extra deployment points. If you've got Black Knight, absolutely grab her, because you'll get more out of Black Knight than you will out of Beanstalk. Outside of that though, guys, if this helps you out, please leave a sub, because it helps me out, and I always appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to pop Myrtle out here. And we'll just fast forward this, because we're just sort of waiting for things to go on. Beanstalk all the way over the side here. And we're going to put her little crab there. Myrtle skill as soon as you can. Now the results of this is absolutely going to vary. Because what's going to happen is either Myrtle will be done or she won't be done, because she is using skill 2, don't forget. So, this enemy may get through. Remember, you've got 2 life points. If it gets through, don't panic. So if you're using Myrtle with no mastery skills, it will get through. If you're using Myrtle with mastery 2 and you're spot on, or just Myrtle with mastery 3, you will block that one. Alright. Texas down the bottom. Scavenger up top. Skill points. Cruise up top to help out. Oh, sorry, Cruise facing up to help out. Army are just here. Hold Texas skill, because we want to use it on this enemy. Don't have to use don't have to hold scavengers. So as soon as that's in range, we're going to use that skill. Fartooth in over this side, facing off to the left. Haze just here. Keep cycling those deployment point skills. Fartooth skill as soon as it's ready. And we're just going to sort of wait for one more cycle on Texas's skill. Or not. So we're going to deploy in our our AoE guard there. So that's the first time I've actually lost her there. I lost her on the next wave. when I was doing all my test runs, so go figures. But just redeploy is still there because that's all we're doing anyway. I was just trying to bait some more. I was being greedy with deployment points. Alright. So now we're just going to replace everyone we can. So with both of our AoE guards. As you saw, I used Cruise's skill because I want to get rid of these enemies as quickly as possible. Perfumer in. You can see Fartooth is doing a fantastic job hammering these enemies as soon as they come through, which is what we want. I'm going to take out Myrtle because I don't need her anymore. I'm going to use a stealth skill because I really need to get rid of all those enemies. And last but not least, Hibiscus over here. Alright, so pretty much this is just going to play itself out. We're not going to have to worry about anything now. The damage on the boss is going to be super slow, but that's sort of intentional. Because what we want to do is we just want to hold damage on the boss, or hold skills on the boss, I should say, until the shield comes up, and then we're just going to go ballistic. Don't use Scavenge. Sorry. Don't use Spectre's skill. Hold up on Spectre's skill. This is why we want to use Spectre's skill. Depending on your Fartooth masteries, she may or may not still be going. Skills from everyone. And we want to get rid of these enemies as quickly as we can, especially if your damage is a bit low on this side. Because the last thing we want is an explosion in the middle of everything. That also helps to just push that boss through to its second phase a little early. So from here on out, it's pretty much just a casual cruise. There's not a whole lot we need to worry about, which is fantastic. So I'm going to use Perfumer's skill here. I'm going to make sure my crab's up by using that skill. And I'm going to use Haze's skill and Fartooth's skill. Because what's going to happen is, as you can see, they're not actually hitting the boss. They're hitting that second enemy that came through. And if the boss's shield comes up and we don't have that second enemy down, it's just going to cause massive issues for us. So we really want to hammer the boss as quickly as we can. Once everything's dead on this side, out, out, out. Highest damage Vanguard in, skill, next Vanguard in, and we're just going to try and burn that shield down as best we can. There we go. So stay more on top of the redeploy than I was. If you are a little bit slow, what you may want to do is just work on how you cycle your skills. Because as you saw, Fartooth did absolutely bog all then. So you may just want to sort of hold off on, say, Haze, or hold off on Fartooth. Just sort of work on one or the other for the first phase. That way you've got the second one, you've got the other ready for the second phase. That way you won't find yourself in too much of a bind. Hope that helps, guys.